25 years, the Moran Center focused on providing services to children and young adults who were in the pipeline. And about 8 years ago or so, the Moran Center said, what if we started doing prevention work on the other side of the pipeline, early in a child's life? How about if we helped children and families address what was going on in the school to help the child thrive in school, get the supports and services that child needed? Maybe we could prevent that child from ever entering into the pipeline and needing our legal services.
In Evanston, District 65 and District 202 really try their best to educate all the children within the district. But it's complicated. There's a lot of different disabilities that students can have, and there's a lot of different factors that kids are facing.
Parents are generally overwhelmed when they have a special needs child. There's a lot of additional work you have to do to care for the child and to provide an appropriate education. So the first thing is that you're learning too, right? And there are many things that you do not know, because unless you have some expertise in law or something related to that, you really don't know.
An IEP meeting can just be overwhelming. Not only do you have all of these different people around the table, and that can feel intimidating, but you're talking about so much information, and it's hard to be fully engaged in that conversation and take notes and be able to ask questions about terms that you don't know and make sure you get through your checklist of things that, concerns you have about your child.
It can be very overwhelming for someone who's the parent or guardian or grandparent of a child to be sitting there receiving all of this information. And so it's good to have another set of ears from someone who really understands the process.
We have a number of community partnerships. One of those is with Camp Echo at the YMCA. And through a partnership with Camp Echo, we've had a number of families every year who get to go to summer camp.
To be honest with you, I cried because that was the first time she ever left me to go anywhere, and I cried. But the crying was for excitement, not because she was leaving or going.
And I felt so much a part of that because I was with you as she left, and I was with you as she came back. Honestly, I mean, this was an amazing experience for me as well, because the girl who walked off that bus after a week at camp was a different
person.
It is really an emotional roller coaster to have a child with special needs. Makes you feel everything a lot more intensely. So anything that goes well with your child is a source of very intense happiness, because it's not a given that things go well for all children. So whenever something is working out, you are really happy and you're optimistic.
The advocacy that the Moran Center provides to families is that we try to help translate this system for parents, and it's so important that we start early with kids, because if we can start that reading program in kindergarten, or we can start that speech-language therapy in preschool, that child will have better indicators and better outcomes in elementary school, and then in middle school, and then in high school. And the family will feel better supported, and the family will be greater stabilized, because we know that education can be such an immense stressor on families. And so when children succeed, families succeed. And that's the advocacy that we provide for families.
When I see a kid get the services that they need, it is life-changing. It has a profound impact on the child and for the rest of the family.
I am incredibly grateful. I wouldn't have been able to achieve what I have on my own. I just couldn't have. In fact, that's why I reached out to Moran Center, because I had hit a wall. And our community is very lucky, is blessed to have Moran Center help our children get what they need.
It makes a big difference in my life to have a social worker in the Moran Center, or a social worker with me, because there are times that I have difficulties and she's there and ready to go. I'm very happy to work with the Moran Center. They're great help. They're a family. They consider themselves as a family, and I personally consider them as my family.